Xiong'an New Area will be a super important city in the future. It started in April 2017 and is about 100 kilometers southwest of Beijing. This makes it a perfect place for the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei area to grow. Why is it so cool? Because it's not like any other city. They're using the best technology and making it modern. In this video, we will learn more about its history and why this city is crucial in modern-day technology. Shu Kang, a former mayor of Shanghai and a Chinese Academy of Engineering member, said that Xiong'an's location was chosen based on old Chinese ideas. They believe cities should be near mountains, rivers, and straight lines. Also, Xiong'an is in a good spot. It's right in the middle of the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei area, about 105 kilometers from Beijing and Tianjin, two big cities in China. They picked it to help develop and strengthen the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei area, like the Pearl River Delta in the south and the Yangtze River Delta in the east. Building Xiong'an was a way to handle the problems caused by too many people moving to Beijing. In the past 20 years, more and more people have moved to cities, causing traffic jams, dirty air, too many people, and making life worse. The Chinese government saw these problems and decided to make a new city area to take some pressure off Beijing and nearby places. That's why President Xi Jinping suggested this new city in 2014. But Xiong'an is more than just a city made to make money. They're planning to be a city that lasts, with many parks, smaller streets, and clean energy. They're also building the city with the newest technology to make it intelligent and good for the environment. One big aim is to move schools, hospitals, businesses, banks, and company offices to Xiong'an to ease the pressure on Beijing and make life better for those living there. The government wanted to make a city with nature and technology, so they're calling it one main area with 5 smaller ones and many other places. There will be a business area, a place for government offices, a spot for culture, a place to protect nature, and a center for new ideas and technology. They'll also have many ways to get around, like fast trains, good roads, and many parks and lakes. Xiong'an is going to be something new and fresh. But wait, there's more. Xiong'an will be a clever city with fancy energy systems and intelligent ways to get around, all designed to make life easier for those who live there. Now, let's talk about the big things, like planning, building stuff, and money. Xiong'an New Area is one of China's biggest projects, costing $97.4 billion. Both the government and private companies are paying for it. They're planning 177 important projects covering lots of different areas. They've already spent a vast $6.2 billion on new stuff like better services and roads. It's not just local people who want to invest. China made a deal with the UK for $1.4 billion to make a new money and ideas center at Xiong'an after Prime Minister Theresa May visited China in 2018. Even though it costs a lot, the good things it could bring are immense. It's important to talk about how they're planning the city and how people will get around. In Xiong'an, they're considering ensuring people feel good living there. They're planning the transportation system to make it easy for people to walk and ride bikes. Xiong'an will have places where people can get help at 3 levels: community, the district, and the neighborhood. They're doing this to make sure people have access to different services. Each community will have 6 areas where you can reach essential places within 15 minutes of walking. These areas include schools, hospitals, places for activities, and places for older people. You can also change from one type of transportation to another, from a bus to a bike. Xiong'an's transportation is designed to be easy, with trains connecting cities comfortably, bus stops within 300 meters, and buses covering all the roads. The city also wants to ensure there are lots of parks, green areas, and roads where people can walk safely. This is to build a transportation system that's good for the environment and encourages people to use buses, bikes, and walk around in the city and its neighborhoods. But wait, there's more. Another important thing about Xiong'an is how it plans for the future. It wants to create a balanced city where technology, new ideas, and caring for the environment all work together. To this end, it plans to use fancy things like smart computers, smart devices, and super fast internet. In Xiong'an New Area, they plan to put tiny computers everywhere in the city to collect information from different things. They'll get data from things like buildings, buses, public services, and how clean the air is. Then, intelligent computer programs will immediately look at all this information so the city can know what people need and help them quickly. The idea is to make an intelligent city that makes life better for everyone. Because they're using super fast internet called 5G, these tiny computers can talk to each other and share information immediately. This fast internet is essential because a lot of information will come from these tiny computers. With the help of intelligent computer programs, the city can improve things like traffic, use energy smarter, manage trash better, keep people safe, and more. Are you enjoying this video? Then be sure to hit the subscribe button for more great videos. Xiong'an New Area is working with big universities, science places, and building companies to make rules for building smart cities. They've teamed up with these groups to help make these rules. The first set of rules for smart city building came out in May 2020. These rules covered building computers that talk to each other, making roads, and setting up fast internet. The rules for building smart cities are split into 3 groups and should include about 100 rules covering 9 parts of intelligent city building. It seems like the country is putting effort into making this smart city and wants other countries to help and use the new ideas and technology. Making buildings that are good for the environment and using less energy is a big part of building Xiong'an. They want to use materials that are good for the environment, save water, and design buildings so they don't use too much energy. But that's not all. Xiong'an also wants to use more renewable energy. By 2035, they want most of the city to be filled with parks and green spaces with many trees and all the essential places like schools and hospitals nearby. They're planning to use things like the sun and wind to make energy and look into ways to store this energy. Xiong'an New Area is showing other cities in China and worldwide how to build in a way that's good for the environment and investing in energy that keeps coming back. These things won't just make the city cleaner, but also help make more jobs and grow the economy, especially in the green energy field. Now, let's discuss how the project is going. One big step was planning how the city would be laid out in the first areas. They built roads, bridges, and other essential things to help the area grow. The government is also spending money to make it easier to get around, like the train from Beijing to Xiong'an, which started in December 2020. Apart from building things, Xiong'an New Area is also working on taking care of nature. The government started a few projects to help make the environment better, like planting lots of trees in the Millennium Forest Afforestation Project and cleaning up Beiyang Lake. Because of these efforts, more trees have grown, and over 13,000 factories that pollute a lot and follow the rules have been built. To accommodate more people and businesses, the government is moving some important offices and banks from Beijing to Xiong'an. Many companies, including big Chinese tech companies like Tencent, Alibaba, and Baidu, have also decided to set up shop there. The Xiong'an Smart City Science and Innovation Center is a big project. It's a place for new ideas and inventions in a park where internet companies are. There will be offices, labs, places to show things off, and places for people to work on new ideas. The project was finished in September 2023, and it is expected that about 2,000 people will work there. Overall, Xiong'an New Area is moving forward with new projects like the Innovation Center and buildings for people to live in. They plan to finish building the city by 2035 and have everything working by the middle of the 21st century. But even with all the progress, there could be some challenging problems. They need to plan carefully, like building things, getting stuff from different places, and ensuring they have what they need on time. They also have to put together many different things like roads, pipes, and schools so that everyone can use them. So far, it looks like China is handling these problems pretty well. But finding enough money for everything they want to do in the long run could be difficult. Even though they've spent billions of dollars, the city isn't finished yet. Xiong'an needs a lot of money and help from Beijing to keep going, and if they don't have enough, it might not work out well in the future. This makes people wonder if China will have enough money to keep going with the project for many years to come. But wait, there are also some social problems to think about. One big example is that Beijing wants to move 4.52 million people to Xiong'an, which could worsen Beijing's problem with too many old people. Beijing already has a lot of old people, and moving so many more could make it one of the cities in China where people get old the fastest. This change in who lives in the city could cause some big problems, like making it harder for Beijing to keep growing and dealing with problems that come with having a lot of old people. Another thing people worry about is the prices of houses going up too much for no good reason. In Xiong'an, many people want to buy houses because they think they can make money by selling them later. This has made the government stop selling new houses for a while, not letting more people move in some places, and even arrest some people trying to make money this way. To stop this from happening, the government is trying a new way of getting land to build houses. They're making it so farmers own part of the land where the houses are built, along with the government and the people building them. Also, the people in charge of houses in Xiong'an said that all houses have to be built before they can be sold, which is different from how it usually works in China, where you can buy a house before it's even built. They're doing these things to ensure everyone has a fair chance to get a house and the prices don't increase too much. But with the city still not finished, some wonder if it's trying to do too much. Even though that's something to consider, the city has already done much. Xiong'an New Area is a new city that's still getting started. People from all over the world are watching to see how well it does. If Xiong'an can do what it wants, it could show everyone how to make new cities. What do you think about the project? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you haven't already, remember to subscribe.